The man was stunned to discover that scenes from his daily life kept repeating, like a program running on a loop. Truman began to suspect that his world wasn't real. When he barged into a random office building, he was quickly kicked out under the excuse of renovations, further fueling his doubts. Truman lived on Sea Haven Island, a place custom built just for him. Hidden cameras recorded his every move, 24 hours a day. But everything around him, the people, the places, even the weather, was staged. The Truman Show, created and directed by a visionary filmmaker, had become the most popular reality program on the planet. The product placements embedded into Truman's life generated revenue comparable to the GDP of a small country. Unaware of the truth, Truman continued living his life until things started to go wrong. It all began when a stage light mysteriously fell from the sky. To cover it up, the show's producers claimed it was a part from a malfunctioning airplane. Truman believed it for a while. Haunted by a childhood trauma of watching his father drown at sea, Truman developed a fear of the ocean. The show's creators used that fear to keep him trapped on the island. But the glitches became more frequent. One day, it rained only on Truman's head. Another time, he saw his supposedly dead father on the street only to have the man quickly dragged away. His mother and wife offered suspiciously rehearsed reassurances, which only deepened his suspicion. He retrieved a red sweater, a keepsake from Lauren, the girl he once loved. She had tried to warn Truman about the truth but was removed from the show. All she left behind was the sweater, with a pin that read, "How will it end?" To Truman, Fiji, where Lauren had supposedly moved, became a symbol of hope, a paradise he longed to reach. His true awakening came when his car radio malfunctioned. He clearly heard a voice narrating his every move, confirming his worst fears. Someone was controlling everything. Determined to escape, Truman tried booking a trip through the travel agency, only to be met with excuse after excuse. Even the bus he boarded broke down. Undeterred, he drove with his wife through a series of suspicious roadblocks, but every path was blocked, every effort thwarted. Worst of all, he realized the people he trusted, his wife, his best friend, were all actors, lying to him. Even the emotional reunion with his father had been staged. That was the breaking point. Late at night, Truman used a dummy to trick the cameras and slipped away. The producers frantically searched every inch of the island, eventually discovering that Truman had taken a boat out onto the ocean, the very place he feared most. The director triggered violent storms in an attempt to force him back, but Truman pushed forward, surviving the onslaught. Finally, his sailboat struck the wall of the massive dome that enclosed his world. Stunned but undeterred, Truman followed the wall until he found a staircase leading to an exit door. The director tried one last time to appeal to Truman's emotions, urging him to stay in the comfort and safety of the only world he'd ever known. But Truman simply smiled, bowed, and said his iconic goodbye, "In case I don't see ya, good afternoon, good evening, and good night." Then he turned and walked through the door, leaving Sea Haven behind. The audience erupted in cheers. Lauren rushed to find him, and just like that, the Truman Show came to an end.